Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Declutter 360 podcast. I'm Lauren, and I'm here to help you organize life from all angles. Today, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk you through the 4 basic steps of getting organized. It is so critical to be able to follow this process in order to help set you up for the most success when you are organizing. And we all know that once we get organized and start living life a little bit more simply, that we can show up and enjoy life exactly the way that we want to. So it's really crucial that we get it right and follow these steps, again, like I said, in order to help us accomplish that. So I'm going to walk you through really quickly these 4 basic steps to organization. One thing I want to mention before I start with them is you're going to notice in this first step that an area in your house, some specific place in your life is going to immediately pop into your head. And for so many people, it's their closet, okay? Or maybe it's your kitchen. It's a big space. And a lot of times people don't think of a closet as a big space, but think about how much stuff we fill our closets with. And so it's not even necessarily about the square footage, where our kitchen, when we think about our entire kitchen, we might be thinking about a larger square footage, area of space. Our closet, it might be much smaller, maybe not, but it sure is packed to the gills. I guarantee you. Okay. And when this space pops into your mind, I want you to understand that that might not be the best space for you to start your organizing journey in. Why? Because it's really easy to get overwhelmed in a larger space. Because step number 1 is to take everything out. I would be so interested in hearing what just came up for you there. So when you think about your bedroom closet or your kitchen, if step 1 is to take everything out, what feelings and emotions just came up for you? I would be willing to bet your heart started beating a little bit faster thinking about taking everything out of your closet or everything out of your kitchen. If you feel like that is the space that you have to tackle first, then I want you to take that space, such as your closet, little pieces at a time. If you have shelves, choose one shelf to start with. If you have hanging areas, mark them out and just start with one section of your hanging clothes. If you have shoes all over the place, pick one little chunk of shoes. Or maybe just tackle the shoes all at once. Whatever feels good to you. Same thing with the kitchen. Choose one cabinet, choose one drawer. Okay. We want to kind of bring the idea of organizing down to smaller bites at a time, because that helps keep us from going to that place of overwhelm and just keeps things more manageable for us. The other great thing about starting small is if you knock out a small space really quickly and you still feel energized and like you have the time and freedom to continue, you absolutely can knock out another space. But I'm sure we've all seen those memes or reels where someone is sitting on the floor of their closet or in a room with everything taken out. It's something along the lines of when the motivation wears out, right? We want to set ourselves up for success. You have a responsibility to set yourself up for success when you're organizing. And you can absolutely do that by starting small, compartmentalizing those larger spaces, even to help bring you to a place of success faster. Okay, this is also going to help keep you motivated to keep going long term. Okay, so back to that step 1, we're going to take everything out of the space. So whether you chose a drawer or a cabinet or whatever it may be, a single shelf, okay, start small and take everything out. Completely clear the space. That alone will give you a little bit of a dopamine rush to just see that space totally empty. Okay. Step two is to then purge through the items, go through all the items and get rid of anything that you're no longer using or is no longer useful to you, anything that you no longer like or want to use, or anything that maybe it's been longer than you can remember since you have used it. Okay. This purging process is allowing you to separate the things that are just becoming things that you have to manage from the things that you want and need to be managing because they're helping you live a certain way, a way that you are being really purposeful and intentional in choosing to live. Okay. That can go from everything from, beauty things and makeup to clothes, to kitchen utensils. Okay, what are those utensils that you never use? It's like that one set of tongs or whatever that keeps you from opening the drawer. Get rid of those things that no longer serve you. Use that space to store things that you do love, that you do use, that help you show up in a functional way every single day. So, first, we took everything out. Second, we went through it all and we purged out any items that we no longer want or need. Step three is where we then look at what's left. We take a kind of a lay of the land as far as what we are choosing intentionally, purposefully to keep in this space. And we're going to sort it into categories. Step three is sorting and categorizing. So if you are, for example, in your bathroom, you might sort out any, skincare products from your hair care products. You might sort your brushes from, your other hair products. You might want to sort out your hair ties from your hair clips or whatever it may be. Clothing, you might think about sorting by color, sorting by season, or maybe both. It's whatever makes sense to you and helps you use the space in a more functional way. So now we've taken everything out, we've purged it, we've sorted through it and categorized it, and now it's time to organize. Do you see how actually physically organizing your space is that last step? So many people, I talked about this in episode 2, make the mistake of jumping straight to step 4. All of these other things have to happen, especially the decluttering and the purging, right? That's what episode 2 was all about. So if you missed it, go back and give episode 2 of the Declutter 360 podcast another listen. Absolutely a great one to have on repeat. When we get to that organizing stage, then we can take a look at the space that we have, okay, whether it's a drawer, a closet, or a shelf, or whatever it may be. And we can also take a look at the items that we have quite literally hand selected, right? We have laid hands on every single item that came out of that drawer. We made decisions about every single item that came out of that space. And we've chosen the items that we love and use and that are useful to us to stay within that space. And so now, if you need things like bins or special hangers or whatever it is that you might want to help you keep things sorted, categorized, and organized, now you have a great idea of what kinds of things you need and what kind of space you're working with. And so once you've done all of that, and if you need to get some containers, don't forget to shop around your own house, by the way, because oftentimes we have plenty of things around our house that will work really well. And you'll find, especially once you're getting really into the decluttering process around your house, that you may suddenly have an excess of bins and organizing products that are no longer being used in other spaces that you can move and utilize in a new space and use it in a new way to help make that space and the items that you've chosen to keep in that space work in a more functional way for you. So the next time you're ready to organize, I want you to really think about these 4 steps to successful organization. Take everything out. Don't forget to start small in that step, okay? Don't go taking every single thing out of your walk-in closet. You will end up like that meme sitting on the floor, playing around with stuff that distracted you and not finishing the project. We don't want to be that meme, okay? Take everything out, declutter it, purge it, make those decisions about what you really want to keep in that space and what's going to help you show up and live the way you want to live. Sort everything that you're choosing to keep into categories so that it's easy to find and create a home for it so that you can always put it back and find everything with ease in a minimal amount of time. Lastly, get those things organized in your fresh space. This is how you find success in organization. It is that simple. 4 easy steps to organizing every single space in your home. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If a specific place in your house popped into your mind when we first started talking about taking everything out, and what space are you going to use these 4 steps to successful organizing to tackle in your home first? Let us know in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. Until then, and until next time, I hope you're keeping life organized from all angles.